Welcome to Looney Tunes for Everyone. This is a dissection of the Looney Tunes panel over at Comic-Con, and we had such amazing news come out of that panel, which was moderated by Bugs Bunny himself, Abe Bauza, who also provides the voice of Tweety, who got to celebrate, and we got to sing Happy Birthday to Tweety, which was out of my mind, bonkers, but awesome. And then we had a wonderful conversation with the team over at Bugs Bunny Builders, which I will play for you in just a minute. But if you are new to the podcast, please subscribe and share with your friends. And if you're a fan of Looney Tunes, be sure to keep it right here because I will be breaking down everything I saw on the panel floor. And yes, it was incredible. We had Bugs Bunny Builders, we had new Looney Tunes cartoons reveals, and a preview of a Witch Hazel short. We had concept art from Tiny Toons Looniversity, which is mind-blowingly nostalgic and awesome. And then we were treated to a musical number that will be featured in Bye Bye Bunny, the first Looney Tunes musical feature. I cannot wait to dissect all of this with you. Keep it right here because, of course, you realize this means podcast.
Are you ready, eager young space cadets? Meep, meep.
I saw Pussy Pants.
Here's the limit.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
I'm here with the cast and crew of Bugs Bunny Builders. That includes Abe Bauza, the voice of Bugs Bunny, Tweety, and Daffy. Are there any more?
Yeah, you're just going to have to tune in to find out, Doug.
There you go. Abe Audish, the showrunner and creator of the show.
Yeah.
And Chandni Parekh, is that correct?
Yes.
The voice of Lola Bunny on the show. And Lola joins this wonderful cast of characters that you know and love in a younger version of the Looney Tunes to help usher in moral lessons and to teach valuable life lessons. So how did this show come about, and whose idea was it to put hard hats into a theme song? Like, it's so fun.
I was brought onto the show. They originally had an idea. They wanted to do something with preschool and the Looney Tunes brand. Okay. And I think they kind of saw that, building and the younger, kids and stuff like that really like building and imagination.
Yeah.
Things like that. And so when they brought me on, they said, how do we package this for preschool? How do we take Looney Tunes and make it in a preschool, vibe so the kids would watch it? And so I was brought on to kind of see how we could marry the two and how far we could push the Looney Tunes characters and what it would feel like. So the concept was already there. I just took it and kind of brought it to what it is today.
Well, thank you for doing that. It is adorable. And I think that the fans of Looney Tunes are also going to enjoy this because you don't infantize the characters. Like, the characters remain true to who they are.
Yes.
And was that integral into the creation and everything with the process?
Yes.
Okay.
So with the Looney Tunes, from the very beginning, it was understood that they wanted to put, have that brand. It needed to be Looney Tunes. We need it to be Looney Tunes. We're not trying to change anything. And what you said is, as far as like having the characters true to who they are, that we always wanted to keep intact.
Just open it up to the whole panel here. You have your own construction crew of wonderful talent behind the voices. And what was it like putting this team together? And obviously Eric has been doing the voice of Bugs Bunny for a while now. So was this like you just walked into the room and they were like, "Oh, there's Bugs Bunny"?
Oh no, it's funny. Again, I've been with him and seen other performers too, like someone like Jeff Bergman, who's also on the show. Amazing voiceover artist, and Bob Bergen. And Candy Milo and Fred Tatasciore. Might as well name them all. There's really not that many, right? There's really not that many. Yep. But it's like, again, it's how are we going to do it this time? And And what I love the most about this show in particular, it's like, how are we going to do it this time? And how are you guys going to like pull off like a new episode, like of something that, like kids are familiar with construction, and make it fresh and funny? And yet they come back, all the writers and the directors come back with something new and something unusual, and definitely something in the vein of Looney Tunes. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that totally fits in this universe. But again, it's what we love about them. But, take every memory that you love about the show, all your Saturday mornings with the bowl of cereal, and bring it into this environment, preschool.
I love that.
Which, by the way, there's probably going to be cereal involved if there's preschool. My son is already hooked. He's already into it. He hasn't even seen like a full episode yet. I'm still trying to give him like tidbits and Easter eggs, but not make him a spoiler alert guy. I don't want him going to his 6-year-old Twitter account going, guys, guess what I found out today? My dad's Bugs Bunny. Sure he is, but yeah, Bugs is still Bugs, but still more of, again, being a dad, making sure things are out very clear, that they understand. And especially kind of hard with Daffy and Tweety having their speech impediments.
Sure.
Like, Bugs already has the accent.
But Daffy has the lip, and Tweety still talks even more like a baby,
That's right.
So
So they made it higher in range, I'm guessing.
just a little bit, yeah. But like he, what I love the most, and what makes me laugh, or Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, our voice director, is when Tweety gets a little sassy at times.
Oh boy.
Like with that, when you get to do that with that voice, it's just so funny.
And Chandni, you bring in Lola. What is it like stepping into this role, and welcome to the Looney Tunes family?
Yeah, it is an honor to be part of the Looney Tunes family, and every time I can't believe I'm sitting with Eric Bauza and these legends that I get to play with here. So it's been incredible voicing her. She's so much fun. She's still the confident leader that she always has been since day one. So it's great to step into her shoes in this preschool series where I get to play and get as loony as possible with her.
Yes, I love that. And she's a powerful character in her own right.
Yes.
And that translates to a construction crew where you have to have a foreman, you have to have somebody that is strong on the ground and be level-headed. And I think she supports that role really well.
Yes, completely. Yeah, she has her tablet. She is the architect. She makes her plans. She collaborates with all of the crew. And yeah, we stay in line with her, but also we get pretty loony in there too. So the adventures we have are pretty loony.
That's great. So we're talking about Looney Tunes, and you can't talk about Looney Tunes without talking about the music. And you've actually integrated one of the classic Carl Starling interpretations of a Raymond Scott song with Powerhouse, and you translated that into the Hard Hat song. And what was it like taking that melody and just doing something new with it, and adding dialogue, adding lyrics to a new song?
It was phenomenal. I mean, it was really, really fun to do. We have a fantastic music person, Matt Jensen. It was that thought again, this was across the board for this Looney Tunes iteration. We want to stay true to what it is, but we want a modern twist on it. We want to, it has to be packaged for a younger audience. So to bring that in, the Powerhouse, something so familiar, and you hear it and you're like, I know that tune, and you bob your head to it and stuff like that. And then making sure, again, Matt did a phenomenal job of really finding the essence of what is modern and what makes it work. And so hearing it and collaborating with Matt and Chandni and Eric, and having their voices in there and everybody just singing, it kind of organically, I mean, for us, I'm sure for Matt it wasn't organic. He put a lot of work into it. I don't want to take anything from it. But it when it happened and you hear it, that's it. That's what we're looking for, But it was a process, but it was one of those things that every time you got a new version of it or we were tweaking it, you just wanted more. You wanted to push it more, and you always had, and just when you thought, okay, this is the version. Well, what's the next version? Oh, that's even better than this one, until we came to this. So.
And you also have an intro theme with the Bugs Bunny Builders Looney Construction Crew.
Yes.
That's also a catchy song.
Yes.
how many catchy songs are going to be in this? Like,
There's an album coming.
We're working.
Post Malone just agreed to be on board, and it's gonna drop.
Yeah.
NFT,
I mean, I think again, it's just music for Looney Tunes has been so iconic and part of its legacy coming up.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that we had that, but also too, preschoolers love songs. They love to dance around and jump around, and we really wanted to bring that, and part of the preschool curriculum. But also we want to hook you, and we want to get that earworm in there, so you keep coming back and singing it. So
well, it's working.
Yeah, great.
So far we have seen some really familiar faces with Foghorn Leghorn as the mayor. Could we see other familiar faces in like government roles or the president? Maybe President Granny?
First lady.
Yeah. You will definitely see other characters in different roles. We like to think of Looneyburg as just kind of a place where they live right now. We're still doing some world building, and everybody, I don't want to say they have a specific role, because there's so much out there to do, and that's what we want to make sure that we come across too. It's not, hey, you're stuck in this and this is who you are. It's, hey, there's so many things you can do, and there's so many places you can go, and that's part of what the builds are and what this world building is. So
I'm waiting for the video game.
Yeah.
There's got to be a Bugs Builders video game where you got to build something and you got to use each character. Like thinking about even those classic NES side scrollers, like Tiny Toons, and all those old Looney Tunes games. There has to be a Bugs Bunny Builders game.
I'm hoping for Lego sets.
Oh my gosh,
because that would be
huge.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ideas, Warner Brothers. So one of the things that actually had me like leap with joy was that you have character interactions that you don't actually get in the classic cartoons or even the new HBO Max cartoons. So you have Foghorn Leghorn like hugging Bugs Bunny and asking him to dream about this water slide and what it could possibly be. Could we possibly see more character interactions like that? And I love how you have, again, kept in tone with the characters.
Oh, for sure. And that is a big part of this series and this show, because, we have this fantastic learning curriculum. And part of it is, is just being a good person and giving back to the community and doing, just nice things, being a better person. And at the start, I think it was always kind of one of those things where it's like, is this going to work? Because, in the past iterations, they've been against each other, trying to get the best of each other. Staying true to their characters, though, it kind of organically happened. Bugs we still kept him cool, calm, and collect. Daffy's screwball, crazy. Lola, confident, and a dreamer and a doer. And Porky with his precision and stuff like that. And Tweety's actually we are kind of gateway for the younger audience to really kind of ask questions and stuff like that. It's just changing up the comedy a little bit, So it's really those interactions. They work, and we were really, I don't want to say we were surprised, but we were like, this is working out great.
It's almost like it was already kind of instilled in the character to kind of be that. If you're looking for that gateway innocence, that's Tweety, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the funny thing about Tweety is that you always think that Tweety's playing it up to be like all innocent, like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. And then, Tweety.
He's fine.
How old are you, Tweety?
3.5 years old.
And I'm like, the billboard says you're 80. I think you're a lot older than you're telling us.
There's so much to love about the show, from the music to the talent to the construction crew together. How did the team come about, like finding these characters that you put together? Was there ever like Sylvester involved, or like another character that you wanted to make a part of the team?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you'll see more. Sylvester, we do have Sylvester. We have Taz. They all kind of have specialties, and they do help out the crew. Some are more freelance, I guess you could say. They come in when they're needed. But yeah, there all these. That's the one thing. Again, Warner Brothers has been great about giving us full access to the library and stuff like that. So we want to make sure we get some familiar faces, definitely, and maybe not some so familiar faces that were more favorites of mine, or
Yeah, I saw Hippity Hopper in the background.
Yeah, and Egbert. Egbert's great. Egbert's one of my favorites, so I wanted to make sure we get a few of these.
I love it.
That's amazing.
I love it. More cameos.
Yes.
And so Wacky Daffy is in this. It's not so much like the neurotic Daffy who's like out to get everybody, you know, like out for himself. He's more, I guess he's more of a team player, but he has these like kooky antics and like wacky sensibilities. Did you go back to the classic cartoons for those interpretations?
Yes. Again, we're skewed for a younger audience, and that type of personality works better with the preschool than, sarcastic. Because the other thing, too, with being sarcastic Daffy and being that kind of, nonchalant Daffy is at that age, the preschool age, they don't fully understand that. So, like, sarcasm, like, we try to stay away from that. And so it was just a little more natural to have Screwball Daffy.
You haven't met my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's breakfast.
You call that breakfast, Dad?
For sure.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with Abe with that. The whole, I think more kids, especially the target audience for this, are definitely more like the wacky hyper Daffy,
Yes.
where maybe their wackiness or like their, they're always kind of just going. And in this show, that kind of leads to, like maybe you did something bad here or something that we could fix.
Yeah.
And then he realizes it, and then he's like, I'm sorry. Until the next episode. And then he does it all over again. And I think, that's way more relatable to kids these days than
Totally.
At least we think.
Until they get their hands on candy and they're, mine!
Well, everyone can check out Bugs Bunny Builders on Cartoonito on July 25th as a plane goes by.
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. Okay, Dumpy, let's drop some concrete here.
Who built the airport?
I know, Bugs Bunny Builders probably.
You can watch Bugs Bunny Builders on Cartoonito on July 25th and catch it on HBO Max the next day. Thank you to the Looney crew in front of me, Eric, Bauza, Abe Audish, and Chandni. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And please stay tuned because that's not all, folks. So that was my lovely conversation I had over at Comic-Con for Bugs Bunny Builders, which you can now watch on Cartoonito and HBO Max soon. So check those out and tell me what you think. Put it in the comments or leave a review of the podcast and tell me what you think of Bugs Bunny Builders, because I really like this show and I can't wait to show future generations these characters of Looney Tunes so they can grow up with these characters just like we did, just like we had in the 90s. But this is, for that youthful generation who will then be inducted into the classic Looney Tunes cartoons that we know and love. And, of course, HBO Max and MULTIVERSUS and all of the other integrations of Looney Tunes that we have to celebrate and cherish. And it's just a wonderful way to respect what came before. And the level of respect these characters are getting right now and recognition is just wonderful. And I cannot wait for the future. So now more than ever, it's not all, folks. There's a lot to come, and there is even more podcasting to be had. So keep it right here because part 2 and part 3 are on their way.
It's hard hat time! Hard hat time! It's hard hat time! It's time to build, that's our cue. Let's grab our gear and round up the crew. There's stuff to do, it's time to create. Hey, it's gonna be great! Come, let's go and answer the call. There's no project too big or small. We don't know. May the best racer win! It's hard hat time, whoa, it's hard hat time. We're the best. We're #1. 'Cause the Looney Builders always get the job done.
Buckle up, everyone. We're off to the races.